Good morning. This is Bob Connors, Chair of the Newbury Police Station Building Project Construction Committee. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Martha Taylor.
Here.
John Kellar.
Yes.
And Chief Lucey.
Here.
Okay. Is there anyone else on the call, Martha?
No, I'm just seeing the four of us.
Okay. Good morning. This open meeting of the Newbury Police Station Building Project Construction Committee is being conducted remotely remotely consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of COVID. In order to mitigate the transmission of COVID, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the governor's order suspends the requirement of open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. This order, which you can find posted with the agenda materials for this meeting, allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely, so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will not feature public comment. Please note this meeting is being recorded and the attendees are participating by video conference. All right, I think that covers what we need to cover here. All right, team, I sent you an email this morning at about 7:50. It had 4 action items on it. And the first one being PRS invoicing on completed work. All right, so we just.
That was for $4,382.
Exactly, $4,382. I checked with our town accountant. PRS has not invoiced any of the work off their quote.
Correct.
John Lucey, do you have anything to add? Is that?
Yeah, no, that's exactly, I made that same inquiry because I wasn't quite sure on that. I couldn't remember
Right.
what had been, and so that's actually, they broke it out, they being PRS. And I reviewed everything that they have listed in those invoices, and those are applicable to the project.
Okay. Do we have a motion to accept and pay the PRS group invoices?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Any further discussion, team? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of paying this invoice, say aye. Martha Taylor?
Aye.
John Kellar?
Aye.
John Lucey?
Aye.
Bob Connors votes aye. The motion carries unanimously. Team, John Kellar or John Lucey has the cover sheet on the warrant cover sheet. If you could electronically sign that. John Kellar, why don't you sign it, the one that's attached, and send it to Martha, and that way they will have the 4 signatures. Does that work, Martha?
Yeah, whatever. I finally figured out I was having trouble printing John's electronic signature, John Kellar's, but I figured out how to do it. So all good. So as long as I get those 3 signatures, then I'll add mine.
Okay, great.
I just signed it and I'll be sending it shortly. Okay.
Okay. All right. Action item number 2 is the BC Construction Pay Rec number 16. And let me just pull that up. All right. So this pay rec is for $237,465.66, leaving a balance to finish of $139,434.05. plus outstanding PCOs that are being reviewed and not yet incorporated in a change order. So this has been signed off by Zell of Context. Steve Theron has it, and he will be forwarding his letter of recommendation. But why don't we take a look at this, and let's have a motion in a second, then we can discuss. Do we have a motion to accept and pay?
So moved.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Do we have a second? John Lucey, you'll be the second.
Okay.
Okay, discussion. Does anyone have any discussion regarding this pay rec number 16?
Not really, I guess just the question, does everybody feel comfortable that 139,000 and change is enough, plus the PCO is enough to cover?
Yeah, we had that discussion yesterday, Martha, and combined there, it's over $200,000. So it was felt that the contractor was back there landscaping, starting the finished landscaping. They're replacing the abrevieties that didn't make it through the winter. Context is going to be sending out their landscape architect early next week to inspect all plants. And yeah, the team, the design team and the OPM felt that we had sufficient funds, hence why they signed off. So
Okay, that was my only question.
yeah, no, that was certainly my question.
Was mine too. Yes.
So we had a motion, a second. All those in favor of paying payroll 16, please say aye. Martha Taylor,
Aye.
John Kellar,
Aye.
John Lucey.
Aye.
Bob Connors says aye. Motion carries unanimously. All right, John, when you get the cover sheet on that ready, just circulate that and we can sign electronically.
I'm about to send it to you, Bob, if you want to send it to John Lucey.
Yeah, why don't you do that? What I'll do is it attached to the actual pay rec, or is it just
I got the whole thing done. I had sent it earlier, but I got it here ready to go. I put my
okay.
So I'll send it to you right this minute.
Okay, thanks, John.
And
Okay, action item number 3 are the
one question. Who is Steve Theron going to be sending his letter to? Because I'll need to make sure I've got that when I submit it upstairs.
Usually covers all of us, but I'll make sure you get it too.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Action item number 3 is the dispatch chairs. The chief and I had a discussion where that of all the chairs in a building, the dispatch chairs are occupied 24/7. And the attached invoice and pay rec warrant cover sheet covers that. And it's 2 chairs. The total on the invoice and warrant cover sheet is $3,334. And the attached invoice, certainly of all the chairs, as I say, you want to have that are going to be durable and comfortable. Those 2 are the ones.
Yeah, those are critical.
Yeah. So why don't we do this? Do we have a motion to accept and pay this invoice?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? John Lucey, do you want to have the chairs actually come in, John?
They have, I don't know what happened. I don't know if you guys can hear me. My thing just crashed on me again. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can't see you. And also, I just wanted to let everybody know that Eric has joined us, but he is muted.
Okay.
Hello, Eric.
Welcome, Eric.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, no, the chairs have been delivered. They're using them. They're very, very grateful. And they should last a very, very, very long time.
Okay. Yeah, you know what, John, you've done a great job of weaving reconditioned furniture, existing furniture. But the one area you really have to go right and get the best stuff is for all your seating and chairs. So,
Right.
All right.
Thank you.
we had a roll call vote on, we haven't had a roll call vote.
Not on this one yet.
Yeah. So all those in favor, say aye. Martha Taylor,
Aye.
John Kellar,
Aye.
John Lucey,
Aye.
Eric Svahn,
Aye.
and Bob Connors votes aye. Motion carries unanimously. All right, so now we have,
Well,
uh,
over to you with my signature, so you can move it around too.
okay. All right, the last action item is the Gale invoice. Team, if you recall, we had put a hold on the Gale invoice. It originally came in at $9,999.13. And it included items that the committee and Vertex felt we did not order. We've reached a settlement with Gale in the amount of $6,766.78. So the thought here is we'll short pay this and that will wrap that up. So do we have a motion to accept and pay this Gale invoice at this amount?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion, team, on this? All right, all those in favor of paying this invoice, say aye. Martha Taylor,
Aye.
John Kellar,
Aye.
John Lucey,
Aye.
Eric Svahn,
Aye.
and Bob Connors votes aye. Team, that's all I have on the list today. We have one other outstanding invoice that's in the midst of settlement, and that's the FNA Engineering, who did all the testing on site. Steve Theron did report back to me that they've come back with a counter offer on the amount. I just haven't had a chance to compare it to where we were at on what they would build. So that should be something that'll be coming up soon. The next construction meeting will be next Wednesday at 8:30, and at that time we should be resolving the outstanding PCOs that have been we've cataloged them all, and what we're going to approve and what we're going to reject. And we should be laying the groundwork for really the final pay rec, and change order number 5, I think, would be covering any of the PCOs that are outstanding that we agree to. So that's pretty much it. Why don't we go around the table? John Kellar, any comments, any questions, any concerns?
No, I'm doing great. It's a great closeout.
Okay.
Can you hear me all right?
That's John Lucey. John Lucey, Chief Lucey's just a deputy dog on this one, so he's running a tight ship. Martha, how about yourself?
No, nothing. I was sorry to miss the flag raising. I was out of town. But what a great milestone.
Yes.
No, that you know what, that's true. And John, why don't you just talk about the flag raising ceremony? It was just excellent. And the feedback, the neighborhood really appreciated, being recognized for putting up with the pickup truck symposium for better part of 13 months and getting to see where their tax dollars went.
Yeah, that was kind of the cornerstone of it, just to show some appreciation and kind of dovetail that into, I think it's a pretty significant event, the first raising of the flag, at the new building. So we had some good representation. We had representation from veterans of each discipline of our armed forces was there. All the dignitaries were there. Gave a nice tour, had some refreshments, and people were really impressed. And what resonated, at least that I saw through most of the comments, was the utilization of space. People seemed genuinely impressed and taken aback by how every corner, every square inch of this building was designed in and utilized. There's no fluff here at all. And it's very, very, very efficient. So it was successful that way. And I'm really looking forward to, in the summer, we can actually have maybe a public safety day where we can invite the whole town in, and have something a little bit more substantial when it's safe to do so. But no, it was a great day, and glad we could do it.
The weather was outstanding too, John.
Well, I ordered it that way, so yeah.
Yeah.
Such power you have.
Just ask me, I'll tell you.
Now, the only thing missing, Martha, was the 21 motorcycle salute after flag raising, but
You got to save something. You got to keep something, for the next one. You can't do it all at once.
Yeah.
Eric, how about yourself?
Well, I thought the flag raising event was, as you all described. I saw a lot of proud officers walking around with their families, showing their children the new station. So they're obviously, the whole entire force is proud of the building. And I saw the public people poking their nose in like every corner behind every door. And some of them probably have never been in a police station before, and some of them might have been in the old police station, but it certainly was a point of interest to see everything inside. And in a short time, every room looked as if is being used. It wasn't like we opened the station and people were opening doors, walking into empty rooms with nothing in it. Every single room was filled with items and use.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a great point.
Eric, you bring up a great point. I think one of the most touching moments for me is watching our patrolmen's families with their little kids walking around, and in the current light of the public view of law enforcement, certainly not in our region or in our town. It was just great to see young kids seeing their dad or mom in uniform and walking around in a brand new building in which the town of Newbury shows our appreciation to our police department. So
yeah.
It was a touching moment. It was well done, John Lucey.
Oh, thank you. It was fun to do. I have to give all the credit to Martha Leahy, who she's phenomenal. She's my administrative assistant. She did a great job putting it together.
Yeah.
So.
And I also thought Patty probably needed a couple lozenges, because I was on her tour and she did not stop talking.
No, that's just Patty.
I mean, even I had to take a break for a second. Like, I don't think she can keep going like this. It was great.
Well, John Lucey gave a tour. I wound up having coffee one day with John Ferrara, and we stopped by the station, and the chief gave John a quick tour, and it was like being at a Washington D.C. monument. He just started, recited his little spiel from start to finish, didn't miss a beat.
Yeah. I've had plenty of practice.
No, I guess. All right, team. So that's pretty much wraps up the meeting at 8:21 a.m. And I think we have a few remaining things to do. John Lucey, they are out landscaping. I did talk to Jeff Vincente yesterday, and I told him to make sure that he keeps you in the loop in advance on what's going to happen from that standpoint.
Yeah, I'm going to give, actually, I'm glad you brought, I'm going to give him a call today. He was in the building, but I was tied up in meetings, so I didn't have a chance to sit with him. But yeah, there are a few little things that are going on, and the landscaping's looking really nice. They got a lot of the mulch in, they took the trees out that were not making it. So those have been removed, just so you know. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I did. And you know what, the BC is working with the nursery and the landscaper on that, but certainly it's not a liability or responsibility of the town to replace those. So
right. So, but they are proactive with all that stuff. So I thought that was a good point to make. Everything's moving forward. They had a good crew there yesterday, moving things right along. So it's going to look beautiful. It's going to be awesome.
Okay. Well, having no further business before the committee meeting is closed. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you, everybody.